My name is Michael Collins. I'm running as an independent candidate in the upcoming general election in Cork South West. I've been working in the community for the past 25 years. In the past year and a half, I've been a member of the Cork County Council representing the people's views, the people of West Cork. There are a number of issues that have been of huge concern to the people of Cork South West over the last number of years. I feel this government have abandoned the people, especially the people of rural Ireland and especially the people of West Cork. We have a leader funding cut from 46 million to 13.9 million. That's going to be a devastating blow as we go forward over the next number of years. And I felt that our politicians here in West Cork should have fought bitterly to turn that around, and it hasn't happened. Our N71 and our R586 are most important issues that have been dealt with in the last number of years. Some funding to try and bring resources into West Cork, bring jobs into West Cork. If you haven't got the road structure, people won't invest in West Cork, and that hasn't happened, unfortunately, in West Cork. Broadband is a massive issue for a lot of people trying to work at home. They are unable to do this because we've had no improvement in the broadband service over the last number of years. Closure of post offices, banks, guard stations have all affected people's rural life. We've squeezed the very living out of West Cork. People's lives, people doing their best in communities to turn their communities around, have been given no opportunity by this government to do so. We've had the mobile phone coverage, again another issue similar to broadband, has no improvement made over the last few years. We have Irish fishermen ran out of their own seas by penalties and point systems and criminal justice acts, totally unfair to fishermen out there who have worked very hard. We have other people out there looking after their home help service, no investment, proper investment in home help service. This government has decided that rural Ireland is not part of their agenda, and our politicians here in West Cork sadly have aided and abetted that, and it has come at a savage cost to the people of West Cork. I know that in the ambulance service here in West Cork, morale is at an all-time low at the way they're being treated, ambulance staff, and they're a super emergency service. I've looked for in the last number of years, and especially in particular since I got into politics, a new work scheme for rural, rural work scheme is what I want to call it. C schemes are there, there's a number of other schemes, but they have an urban mindset. There is no mindset for the rural people, where a lot of people have had to go home after working a year in a rural scheme and they have no work. There's a number of other issues like increased opening hours and amenity sites. There is emergency funding for devastated roads in West Cork. We've been calling for businesses. I've asked for a freeze. I've had two motions in recent times looking for a freeze of rates for businesses in West Cork affected by floods. Our farmers, the single farm payment, there's been a massive blow for farmers and single farm payment. It's one issue on top of the other, and we have been sitting down here, we've been hiding behind rules and regulations in West Cork over the last number of years. They've come in handy in lots of cases for this government. It's time for them to clean up their act and get out of office because they haven't represented the people's views. I think what we need here in West Cork is a voice, and that's what's been lacking. And if I'm elected, I will give a voice to the people of West Cork for the first time in a number of years. Their issues are going to be the issues that are being brought up in Dáil Éireann. We need a proper investment here into West Cork, and we need a politician that will stand up to the politicians about their West Cork and put West Cork as a special place, and a special place that needs this type of funding available to. I think that, as I said earlier, that West Cork has been poorly politically represented over the last few years, and I intend, as I have since I got into the council, I have nearly 30 motions put through the Cork Council last year and a half since I got elected. These motions are coming from West Cork. These motions are coming from the community and the people. And I will continue, if the people will elect me and vote for me, vote number one for me in the upcoming general election, I will continue to put those views forward above in Dáil Éireann and put West Cork back on the map.